welcome to the annual fight night. As we've said, we've got Petit and Marta. They'll be fighting tonight over eggs, of all things. I'll introduce them very quickly and then they'll go through the dishes. As we normally do, guys, I will give you 2 15-minute warnings, totaling half an hour, obviously, and 5-minute warnings after that, leading up to the last 5 minutes, which I'd like to see you play to, please. No underhand tricks, no over prepping, making sure lots of smiles, Marta and Matt. Thank you very much. What's your languages? And I will start the timer with Marta. If you'd like to explain your dish, please.
So I'm going to prepare 2 different things today. One of them is very traditional Eastern European meatloaf that we bake for Easter. We serve that like family table, served with a beetroot horseradish, and on top of it, because it's very seasonal, I'm gonna make wild garlic mayo from the start as well. Like, it's really easy to make it with a hand blender or with smoothie maker if you have it at home. Everything that you could use it at home, you can make it with that. And also, I'm gonna show you something really cool: how to temper chocolate without tempering, because all the chocolates right now are basically tempered if we're buying them. So I'm going to make a chocolate egg. Cool. So that's chocolate egg. Which is still has an egg in the name. We have to go outside of the box.
Absolutely, that's what we like to hear. We'll get round to tempering chocolate in a bit. Obviously, a lot of people won't know what that is, but we'll come back to you shortly, Marta, if you'd like to start. Matt, if you'd like to go for your dishes, please.
Yeah, so I'm going for hopefully 4 dishes, so 2 brunch dishes and 2 desserts. So the first one is going to be like a French toast with a rhubarb and apple, with some cabbage and almond. And then a brunch dish is going to be like shakshuka with a wild garlic pesto and a bit of avocado on top, feta, proper like one pot wonder. And the dessert's going to be like a baked Alaska. Hopefully, like when you cut inside, it's going to look like a little egg. So it's going to be like mango, coconut, baked Alaska. So the mango should be like the yolk.
Lovely.
And souffle, chocolate souffle, in 45 minutes.
45 minutes, there's a lot to be getting on with, and the chocolate souffle I'm looking forward to. Obviously, there's a lot that can go wrong with that, but it won't do that. Because as you said to us earlier on, it's only your second time doing it, so no pressure.
So we're cracking on, Mayo?
Yes, please do so. Get cracking on. So, Marta, what are you getting on with first?
So first, I'm going to start with meatloaf. I'm adding some, maybe in this camera with Mario's camera, if you would like to look at it.
Yep.
So I have like around 1,700 grams of pork, minced pork. Then there's some onion that I just basically fried in on pan. Some marjoram, garlic puree out of 3 cloves, some pistachios that I soaked for half an hour in boiling water. Also, some apricots, dried apricots that I soaked it up as well for like half an hour, and then chopped them. Yeah, now I'm going to add as well the whole egg.
Just out of interest, because obviously meatloaf, it can be quite a dry dish. What do you recommend from the fat content in your pork?
I would use something about 7-9% fat. Like when you're going to go below that, it's going to get really, really dry, and it's not going to be nice, and it's going to be too crumbly when you're going to be slicing it. So it's better to use like fatted fat, or if it's not fat enough, just fry it up with like extra bacon or something like that. You can mince it yourself if you have a machine, or like just chop it up. Just add that. You have to remember that fat contains flavor, so you want to add it as much as you can to it.
Absolutely.
It's amazing.
Now, and I'm sure if you went to your local butcher and asked, I'll do it for you as well, yeah?
Of course.
Just out of interest, so obviously you're doing a meatloaf, a Polish meatloaf. What's different about it? Where's the egg element? I mean, obviously you've got raw egg in there to bind it, but where's the egg element in that?
Good question.
We're gonna make it in form, which I'm gonna bread it for. Like I'm gonna bread the form for it, and I'm gonna layer up meat. Like 1/3 of the meat, I'm gonna layer it in the bottom. Then you place the eggs, and then you cover them with the rest of the meat. And
okay. So you boil the eggs.
Yeah, you pre-boil 4 eggs.
And how long do you do that for?
It depends how you have what are your skills. If you're boiling at home, as we all normally do, you will boil them for like 8 minutes, not longer than that. Because once you start boiling the egg and you're doing that for too long, it starts getting blue, and that's not really good for egg, and it's not very healthy for you. So we should all watch out on that. I think the best will be between 6 to 8 minutes. Just remember that I'm putting the egg as well inside of the oven, so that's going to cook the egg as well.
Okay. Just very quickly as well, for all of those who are not sure, an overcooked egg will have that grey hue, and that is the sulphur from the egg white and the iron from the egg yolk reacting. That's why when you were a kid and you had your mum's sandwiches, or you went to the school canteen and it smelled like egg mayo really bad, it's because they boiled their eggs for far too long. They cooked them for far too long. So, Marta, we're going to leave you carrying on. Matt, where are you? What are you up to at the moment, buddy?
Yeah, so I'm going to shakshuka on. So I've toasted some sunflower, some fennel seeds and some cumin seeds. Oh. Then I've added some chorizo, some diced onion, and I'm about to add some pepper.
So interesting, you've got the chorizo going in there. Obviously, there's a fat from there that's going to give plenty of flavour.
So you've got cumin seeds, fennel seeds, onions, chorizo, peppers. That's all going to get cooked down. And then in the other pan, I've got some creme pat for the souffle.
Okay.
So I'll mix some egg yolks with some sugar, flour, and we're going to thicken that up. And that's the base for the souffle.
Shakshuka, it's remind me, shakshuka, it's sort of like, is that a southern Spain, northern African dish? Tomatoes, peppers, and then the egg highlight of it, you cook the egg actually in the dish, is that correct?
Yeah, so it's basically a baked egg, baked egg dish. Tomato base from North Africa. You can use what you want, this is my interpretation of it. I'll put chorizo and a wild garlic pesto, avocado on top, so it's a proper brunch dish.
Lovely, sounds absolutely wonderful.
And yeah, this is a creme pat for the souffle.
Cool. What's the dish closest to the camera on the stovetop, bubbling away?
This one?
Yeah.
So this is just like a rhubarb, sugar and water. This is a rhubarb compote. So I'm going to need a French toast with some rhubarb compote and some caramelised apples.
Oh, that sounds lovely. Is rhubarb in season at the moment?
Yes. So this is the creme pat. So this is ready. We're going to boil up to the boil. We're going to take it off, put it down, and then that's ready for souffle later. Okay, superb. Marta, it looks like you want attention.
Yeah, I wanted to show you something, guys. I just put it maybe in this camera. I just put it like 1/3 into the form, and I just made like a little row. So that's going to be easier for the eggs to like lay them. You just put 4 eggs in the middle.
So all the eggs cooked 8 minutes, yeah?
Yep, 8 minutes. That's it. You peel them and you just put them inside, and then you top it up the rest of the meat on top of it, and you're trying to make like a little hill on top of it. Hang on.
And obviously, even though you've cooked the eggs for 8 minutes, so they will be sort of like set, the pork cooking through will stop that egg from cooking any further. Is that correct?
So yeah, just put them in the cold water and stop cooking them through. That's it.
Can I just confirm that this traditional Polish meatloaf, they actually stole from us, and it's just a version of the gala pie?
No,
is that correct?
It's not. Honestly, you're very proud of yourself, aren't you?
Hey, I just if you've got eggs down the middle, right, and meat all around it, gala pie, no?
I think
am I right? Am I wrong? I'm right.
How would alcohol first? I think every country came up with something similar and claimed it as their own, you know?
What came first, the gala pie or the meatloaf? It's kind of like the chicken and the egg question, isn't it?
We put pastry around it, so I guess we improved the recipe.
I was sitting on the fence on this one.
Instead of using the egg right now, I'm just going to put a mustard on top of it and just brush it top with mustard.
What mustard are you using, Marta?
Dijon, because it's not so spicy. You can use the English one. It might be too spicy for some people.
So like a Dijon?
Yes. Probably a bit lighter. It's not going to burn your mouth if you don't like spicy. You can mix in that meatloaf whatever you want. I use apricots and pistachios just for some color, but you can add whatever you want. The mix is up to you. When you add fruits, it gives sweetness to it, so that's a bit better, you know.
Okay, sounds wonderful.
So for me, that's ready, and I'm going to put that for an hour, or like 15 minutes to an hour on 180, and that's it. Superb,
excellent. 1 second, let me just admit Linda. Matt, what are you up to at the moment?
Right, so I'm going to do my baked Alaska. So I haven't made ice cream because I just want to do something you can all do at home.
Why not? Why didn't you make it, Matt? What's the matter? You've been busy.
So I've got some mango sorbet and
terrible.
Sorbet. So,
Lovely.
So mango sorbet, I'm going to put it into like a little ramekin, basically.
What's around the ramekin? Is that cling film?
Yeah, so I've lined the ramekin in some cling film. Basically, it needs to be smaller than the one you're going to put it in. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I've got a bigger one here and a smaller one here.
I've got to admit, I'm quite excited. I've not had baked Alaska in years, and I do quite like it. So
I just put mango sorbet in this one, so just fill it up to the top. And then I'm going to put coconut around the edge of this one, and then I'm going to put this one into that one, if that makes sense.
Yep, okay.
Yep.
The meringue that you're going to use for the baked Alaska, what type of meringue is it?
Yeah, so for the baked Alaska, I'm going to use Italian meringue. For the souffle, I'm going to use the French meringue.
Can you just give us tell us very quickly what the difference is? Well,
yeah,
don't say one's from Italy and one's from France, Matt. That's my sort of jokes.
So the Italian meringue, you boil the sugar up to 121 degrees, and then the French meringue, you just raw sugar straight into the egg whites. So yeah, Italian meringue technically is a cooked meringue, so which is why I'm using it, because I'm just going to blowtorch it, so I want it cooked.
Just very quickly,
so, yes.
guys. Well, you're about 12 minutes in at the moment. About 12 minutes in, okay?
Yeah.
I'm jumping in chocolate right now, so.
So hang on a minute. Marta, you were saying to me earlier on, tempered chocolate. You don't have to do tempered chocolate. No, this is crazy talk.
Blow my mind. And I know Pete Redmond's going to hate me for it because he's and he has to like, no, that's not going to work. But it was, I tried it, and it worked so many times. I'm just impressed.
I'm watching. Prove me wrong, but you know, okay. I'm a man of standards, so let's go.
So I'm like, between us chefs, we know, but like not everybody know, chocolate is basically made out of cocoa beans, cocoa solids, and cocoa butter. And what makes chocolate liquid is cocoa butter. So there's like crystal structure that melts above 34 degrees. And just basically chocolate loses that shine and anything. That's why you have to bring it back. That's when you're tempering. You bring it up 42 degrees roughly, bring it down to 34 by agitation, which is stirring, and adding the chocolate or like doing that on the marble. And then bring it to around 26 degrees, and then heating up again to 32, 33 to work with it. However, nowadays, all the chocolates that we're buying, like in the shop or whatever, they are already tempered. So from a chemical point of view, by looking at it, you don't have to temper chocolate, which is already tempered. What you have to do, cocoa butter melts at 28 degrees, and you don't bring the structure up to 34 degrees. So you have 6 degrees to play with it. So if you're gonna if you're gonna melt the chocolate up to 33 degrees, which is already tempered, you don't have to temper it again.
I can see Pete looking on, slightly baffled. He's not sold. Excellent.
No, it's not, I'm not sold. So what chocolate are you using? Because that's just the Calabar there, and that's not pre-tempered.
I'm using Calabar.
Yeah, but that's not tempered.
Sorry?
That's not tempered chocolate, that one, is it?
Oh yes, it is.
Go on, order me some samples in tomorrow. Let's have a go.
I'm not ordering any more chocolate, but till you pay your bills. You know the rules.
Which is going to be easier if you start of like there's few foolproof techniques. If you're really scared of tempering chocolate yourself, and if you're going to go above, don't worry, you're not going to mess it up. You can always fix it, but then you have to go to seeding. I will try to do it without seeding. Also, there is another completely foolproof thing that you can do it. You can just buy better crystals, which are amazing and cost £5 on Amazon. You're putting the hot chocolate too high, and you're just adding better crystals and gives you that structure once you hit 35 degrees. Okay, I think I'm too technical for you guys as a pastry chef.
I will ask you to carry on your demonstration. It's very interesting. Don't get me wrong, but
Marta, move that bag of chocolate because I can't see. It's in the way.
you are at the half an hour mark.
Okay.
So there is half an hour left, ladies and gentlemen.
So I'm like chopping out bits. So when you have like only, when you can play with temperature around 32 degrees, you don't want to mess it up really. The smaller the chocolate, the smaller the chocolate is, the easier it melts. So
Makes sense.
I'll need a bit more. So it's called microwave technique. Almost everybody have a microwave at home. If you don't, then I'm impressed because I'm trying not to use microwave at home. It's very unhealthy. However, for a chocolate, it's just magic. So what we're gonna do it in bursts. First burst is around 30 seconds on the full high, like on the full temperature, like on the 700 or whatever. This is industrial one, so it's a bit higher. I'm gonna do it like around 20 seconds on this microwave because it's a bit stronger than the ones at home.
It will be a bit more powerful, yes. Okay. Matt, you are on mute again. Can I ask where you are? How are you doing? What's happening, mate? You have to unmute yourself. Yes. Hello. That's you. That's it. Perfect. Where are you up to at the moment, mate? As you see.
Yeah, sorry, my mix is really loud, so I had to mute myself.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't realise.
So I'm making the Italian meringue. So here I'm boiling some sugar to 121 degrees. And then that's going to get poured into the whisked egg whites. Here I've got the shakshuka finishing off.
Beautiful.
And some tomato passata. And then with baked Alaska, I just put, I don't know if you saw, coconut sorbet around the outside, the mango sorbet in the middle, and I put a lemon drizzle cake onto the base, and then we're going to tip that out when that's ready.
Okay, and then your meringue's almost there to put on top, to pipe on top, yeah?
My meringue is, once I'm finished here, I'm going to put it on because it's really loud.
Okay, we'll put you on mute, I'll remember. Superb. Well, you're both looking very relaxed, a lot more relaxed than Simon Merrick did last week. He was like a swan. He was like a swan. You saw him just floating gracefully like that, but his legs were going like that.
There's a space for only one drama queen in one kitchen,
I think he loves it. Brilliant. So what are we up to at the moment? You're just mixing that chocolate through, Marta?
So basically, I've done 25 seconds, and you have to mix it. So concentrate in the middle, and you don't want to mess this up. So you mix it just to spread the temperature evenly. Now I've done twice.
What's going on with your sound?
Marta, every time you move away from your face, that's it, that one, Simon's camera.
As you can see, the chocolate is melting. So I'm going for another 20 seconds.
Superb. I'd just like to point out as well, obviously, starting with Daryl's novelty T-shirts and the aprons that have been used through. I noticed, Marta, I have to bring it into attention, you have a novelty apron, no? Darth Baker. Very good. Star Wars reference there for you born after 1978. Matt, did you have any novelty items at all that you wanted to show us, or are we just going to keep that quiet?
I think earlier you mentioned my granddad's slippers.
Loafers.
Loafers, yeah. Loafers.
Yeah. My wife calls them house slippers. They're just slippers. House shoes, sorry. Yeah. Okay, so you're mixing the chocolate through.
So the pebbles are still like not melted completely. That's when you're trying to go to smaller bursts, like 5 seconds maybe. I have a thermometer to check it out the temperature, so I didn't go above 35. If I'll go above 34, 35, I messed up the structure. Hopefully I did not.
How long we got left, Scott?
We will be coming up to 20 minutes. We're 20 minutes into it in about 1 minute.
We've got left 25 minutes.
No. Yes, sorry, 25 minutes.
Yeah.
You should start making the souffle now, Matt. Like, I'll give you a bit of advice for free, mate. Start now, otherwise you're going to be deep in it.
So how you want to check the chocolate, if it's tempered or not? You can check it on a knife, of course, and all those techniques. But I've noticed that if you're going to put it on a baking paper, a little dollop, and leave it on the side for 2-3 minutes, or put it in the fridge for 30 seconds, it should get rock solid, and it will have the beautiful snap shine. It's not going to be dull. It's going to have like the perfect shape, and that's what will make sure that will came out of the frame really easily.
So basically, you want a nice sheen to it, and when you touch it, it's clean away. It shouldn't stick. She's run off to the fridge now.
Yes, Scott. You don't want bloom. Bloom is the technical term for when it goes like dusty and
Also,
like
when you
mirrored
really
on the outside.
Your hand's really cold, so it's good to hold in like really ice cold beer, especially in the weather like today. It's just really ideal to have something. Your hands will start melting the chocolate when you're working with it, and that's not what you want it to have.
So Marta, so if you what is the signature bit that you're looking for with the tempered chocolate? You said about the shine and the crack. So if it's not tempered, what would it do versus what would it do?
Sorry?
So if it wasn't tempered properly, like if I did it, for instance, what would mine look like versus
You'll
yours?
start seeing like gray kind of lines on it. Also, it's not going to snap. It's going to be like a plastiline. It's just going to mold in your hands, and it's not going to come off of the frame easily, you know.
But does this trick work with white chocolate? Because white chocolate's notorious for difficult
however, white
temper.
chocolate have a different temperatures on it, you know. So,
They do. That's why I asked.
So what I'm going to do in one of half of my eggs, I'm going to decorate it. I bought that for like basically £5 on Amazon. Not me, Simon bought it for me. Thank you, Simon. Yeah, just whatever you have at home, whatever you want to decorate it with. And the very important thing is, once you use that, this has to be clean. It can't be scratched or anything. Once that's scratched, you won't be able to like see a beautiful shine on the egg. It will just, whatever is here, it will be on your egg, if that makes sense, right?
Ready for the souffle here. So.
Oh, Max did the souffle.
You've lost your camera, Matt. You lost your worktop camera. Got up again.
Battery,
Crucial moment.
The battery is running low.
There you go. There you go. Quick, do it. Now I've lost your sound. There you go.
You muted me, yeah.
Chocolate
Chocolate creme powder I made earlier, and then egg whites. So you mix a third of your egg whites into this, and then you beat it. And
why are you not mixing all the egg whites in one go?
Because what you don't want to do is obviously all the eggs you just created. So the rest of it, you're going to beat a third of it, and then you're going to beat it 2/3 of it. So yeah, so that like that, and then you fold in.
Okay, guys, you're at 25 minutes. 25 minutes is gone time-wise.
What have you lined the ramekin with, Matt? What's that?
So just butter and grated chocolate.
Because you can use other stuff, right? You can use like demerara sugar and cocoa nibs or like freeze-dried fruit.
Yeah. And you just, like I said, like you said earlier, this is only like the second souffle I've made in my life. So
no. If it goes wrong, you cannot use that excuse. You've chosen to do this bloody bullshit.
you're supposed to butter
Don't
it
try and
up in
preempt
the
it.
upwards motion, I think.
Sorry, mate, you can come and join us on the Holborn Viaduct when we jump. We have a bad day. It's looking good.
I'm nervous for it now. I got sweaty palms. Did you fill it straight to the top, Matt?
Yeah, so right to the top, then palette knife over the top, and then I don't know why, but you're supposed to rim around the edge, like with the thumb.
To clean it up, yeah?
It's to let it so it doesn't snag, so it rises evenly. That's the theory behind it.
So yeah, you're supposed to like.
I think at this point, as long as it rises, Matt, we'll be happy with it.
Doesn't look as airy as it did last time, but let's go with it.
Oh, don't preempt this stuff. Like, have faith.
Yeah, and then you just sort of rim. There you can see.
At this point, he realised he hasn't preheated the oven as well, so he's really in the shit.
Right.
I'm doing the horseradish with beetroot. So it's really easy. What you have to do is just basically grate the beetroot and mix with the horseradish, add some vinegar or lemon juice, just to contain that, like to keep this really beautiful like pink color of it, and that's it.
Sounds good.
Oh, that's really long. Is it fresh horseradish or tin jarred horseradish?
I went to a Polish shop and I got a special Polish horseradish because I realized I will not have enough time in 45 minutes. And also, when you're doing that with a fresh horseradish, you have to wait at least 2 days to set it in with the flavor. They have to like combine. So this is quick fix and everybody can do it at home. That costs 80 pence.
Okay. So just mixing that in. Of course, wild garlic, as we've seen on Yakstar, is abundant. If anyone lives in North London, Highgate Woods, if you go down that way, there is an abundance of garlic, wild garlic. So if you go down that way, please pick me some, send it down.
So Scott, you don't live in North London anymore. You got to move on.
Since moving to Kent, the only foraging is finding a decent kebab house at the moment. It's a nightmare.
Crisp packets and dog shit in Kent. That's all you get foraging.
I drove to Epps and Downs and I picked it up at wild garlic myself. I would go like crazy with it. Like, yeah, and also in Hampstead Heath, you have a few places where you can pick it up as well.
Beautiful. Sounds lovely. Matt, you are currently piping your meringue on now, are we?
Yeah, so I'm piping the Italian meringue onto the mango and coconut baked Alaska, which we did earlier. I'm just piping around, making sure the gaps, which doesn't really matter as much if you're doing it with a blowtorch, but if you're putting it in the oven, then it won't matter.
How are you finishing yours, Matt? With a torch?
With a blowtorch, yeah.
Have you seen that guy at 11 Madison where he pours the flaming stuff over the top? With it's like a Christmas pudding. And he pours that on the Alaska. And it does.
I did one for at Christmas. I did like a flambe baked Alaska in the oven. Yeah, with.
So why didn't you do that today? Why did you put more effort in at Christmas than you did for today?
Less risky. De-risky.
Do you want to set the house on fire?
Fair enough.
So, I mean, what would be the best technique? I mean, not everyone has a blowtorch, obviously, Matt. Would it be just as good through the oven? The meringue?
If you don't have a blowtorch, put it through the oven. And if you've got like a little grill on the top of your oven, then I would put the grill on.
Because you literally just want to be colouring the meringue, don't you?
You're just going to colour it, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
There we go. Beetroot horseradish is ready. We call it chikwa, if anybody can say it.
But I tried to pronounce meatloaf earlier on in Polish, and you just gave me a funny look. So,
just called meatloaf. Gala. It's pronounced gala. Gala pie.
Called pieczeń rzymska.
I thought that's what I said, but apparently not. Pieczeń rzymska.
Very good. Very good. Yeah.
Don't forget, I'm a quarter Czechoslovakian, so. Right, we are coming up to the half an hour mark, ladies and gentlemen. Half an hour mark. So this is usually the bit where you start panicking. It's all right. I'm sure it's fine.
Just that, yeah. At some point, you might want to put the eggs in that shakshuka. That would be a good idea.
It'll take 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine.
You got 8 minutes left, so.
No, don't listen to him, guys. Don't listen to him. It's terrible.
Just an idea. So what, Marta, what are you doing? Is that you lining the shells?
Yeah, the lining shell. It's getting too not liquid enough. What you can do it like you can put it back in the microwave for 5 seconds and mix it again. You can work it until it hits the right temperature. It doesn't go below 20, 26, and it doesn't go above 35. So just 5-second burps, like little bits, and that's it.
Okay. Superb.
Burp, yeah, I did. Panicking now when I realize how much time I've got.
I'm going to drop the eggs in the shakshuka now, just for sure.
Okay, well, I'm using a fridge. You can put chocolate into the fridge and it's not going to bloom. If you're going to put it for like 5 minutes.
Okay, superb. Matt, going back to you, French toast. What's the difference between French toast and English toast apart from butter and Marmite?
As far as I'm aware, French toast is, I don't know if this is right, but I think French toast has got sugar in, and then eggy bread doesn't.
Yeah, that's what I was told as well. So basically, eggy bread, it's a sweet eggy bread, yeah?
Exactly, yeah. So I'll drop the eggs in the shakshuka.
So the eggs are, so you just literally crack the eggs into the shakshuka. And now, what are you going to do? Is it on the stove top or through the oven?
I'll put it on the stove, I'll put a lid on. And for 5 minutes. So now I'm going to get my eggy bread on. So I've got the caramel for the apples and the pan for the eggy bread, or French toast. So here we've got, sugar.
And what bread are you using? That doesn't look like normal bread.
I use brioche, yeah. So,
a lovely brioche, okay.
Is that Aldi brioche?
Sainsbury's.
Oh, is it? Well, me and Phil are very big fans of Aldi brioche. We talk about it every week.
So yeah, so egg, milk, and sugar. Soak it for a couple of minutes before it gets too soggy. And then in the other pan, I'm going to put butter, get that coloured, and I'm going to chuck it in.
Sorry for not. So what I'm doing right now, I just blitz olive oil with wild garlic.
Yep.
And I'm going to start making my own mayo. So you put room temperature egg, and that's a really important part. Room temperature egg. If you're going to put an egg straight from the fridge, mayo won't work. I know. I lost dozens of eggs trying to fix it, and yeah, I just realized room temperature egg. That's the golden rule.
Okay.
Egg yolk, yeah, not whole egg.
Whole egg.
Whole egg.
Whole egg.
Whole egg mayonnaise.
Whole egg.
I'm doing whole egg. Yeah.
Whole egg mayonnaise.
Yeah.
You can keep repeating it. She's still going to do it, Pete.
No, I just want to confirm it. Whole egg mayonnaise. So it's an aerated omelette.
Let's have a say. It's interesting.
We're going to do like a wild garlic pesto here.
Wild garlic pesto? Okay.
Yeah.
So
wild garlic, oil. Then I got some chopped hazelnuts. Just because it's what I had in the cupboard. It could be pine nuts, could be almonds, could be anything. Something. And then I got some pecorino here. Again, it could be parmesan, whatever you want.
Careful that doesn't go in your baked Alaska, chef.
It's just whatever's lying in my fridge or in my cupboard. And then, yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it.
Perfect. And so, what have you got? Sorry, cooking alongside the French toast. Is that caramelised apples? Did you say?
I've got caramelised apples. Yeah.
Lovely.
Some French toast, and I got my shakshuka.
Oh, that's really coming along.
That is a nice pan. I like that pan. Is that a cast iron with a lid, man?
Cast iron pan, yeah, amazing.
Oh.
We'll talk afterwards, Matt. I don't want to know who you're surprised from.
Yeah. You're getting free with houses in Epsom, I believe.
Right, guys, that is 35 minutes. You have 10 minutes left. 10 minutes left. Would like to see you plating in the next 5. Start plating in the next 5.
You might want to get that souffle in the oven now, Matt. Just in case.
So, Marta, this is the mayonnaise, yeah?
Whole egg mayo.
Whole egg mayo.
Why have you used whole egg? Like just so I can be.
I hate wasting.
Okay.
And it works.
Fair enough.
More oil you got, thicker it gets. Yeah. So from one egg, this way you can make at least 2 liters of mayo.
Can you move the chocolate bowl on the whiteboard out of the way, please? Thanks,
yeah,
Marta.
I'm coming back to chocolate right now, so I shouldn't be moving this away.
Sorry, I just wanted to see the mayo when you put it in the bowl.
Yeah. There you go.
Beautiful.
And horseradish, yeah?
What one's that, sorry?
That's the horseradish.
Oh, sorry, okay. Beetroot.
Is the gala pie out of the oven yet? I mean, sorry, meatloaf.
No, meatloaf staying in the oven. I have one pre-made, and it will take too long.
Oh, okay. The old pre-made trick.
Right, Matt, what are you getting set up for? Is that for the meringue?
I've got both got some meringue now, yeah. So yeah, so just blowtorch. I don't know where. Yeah, so just gonna blowtorch the meringue.
If you can move the meringue a little bit closer towards you and on the opposite board, perhaps. Maybe in the middle. Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, so just gonna blowtorch that.
So
How long's
guys,
that starting?
we're at about 8 minutes, and we're at 92 people watching you guys. So no pressure.
With these apples, just caramel.
And what's in the pan with the apples? Sugar and butter?
Just sugar and butter, and then I'm going to put some almonds. Just because it's nice. Okay. And then I'm going to put a touch of water just to loosen it up a bit.
Beautiful. And we're going to finish the baked Alaska, or we're just going to do half?
Yeah, just to finish.
I was just asking. I wasn't being funny. I was just asking.
It's a two-ton baked Alaska. It's nice. It's modern, Scott. You're behind.
It's climate change baked Alaska.
Bread, turn over.
So we're at about 7 minutes now, guys. 7 minutes.
Yeah.
We're gonna make sure when you're done and dusted with that, Matt, you give it a cut down the middle. I want to see the middle of it.
That?
And make sure you cut the Alaska in half so we can see the
Of
layer.
course, yeah.
And then the kids can eat it after that. But
Okay, so that's the baked Alaska.
you love a baked Alaska. Could you freeze that now?
Decorating with some Easter eggs.
Some little mini eggs that you made earlier.
Yeah, I found them in M&S the other day, so I thought, why not?
Perfect.
Someone shops in M&S.
It's 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left. So if you start finishing up and plating, please. Oh, let's have a close up. Sorry, close up. 1 second. Marta, yeah, close up.
Oh, look at that. Impressive.
Perfect. And then, so we go back to Matt. Matt, you've got the eggy bread.
Yeah, so
And
just
rhubarb compote over the top.
rhubarb compote, eggy bread, and then just some nice caramelized apples on top with some almonds, and then I'm going to put like a nice quenelle and mascarpone on top.
Prunella or Rocher, Matt?
1 second. Bridge. We've got to stop doing jackets on a Monday. This is killing me. All right. Sorry, back in the room. Okay.
I've done the base for my chocolate egg. Basically, it's a muffin case, and you just pour the chocolate inside.
Okay.
It just comes out like that. Base for the chocolate egg.
Shashuka coming out.
So the shakshuka,
love a
and then I finish it.
Very nice brunch, as you said. Lovely brunch item.
So yeah, so just finish it off with some like avocado, and the wild garlic pesto. And just onions.
Is that someone's fire alarm going off, or?
That's my oven. That's my souffles.
Crunch time. Crunch time.
2 minutes and 50 seconds left. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left.
Yeah, so that's the shakshuka.
Guys, I won't go through them all just yet. You're getting lots of nice comments from everybody. Just not Pete.
I'll be like that. It's the weather. I've been trapped inside all day. I don't know what it is. This is like closest I've gotten to escapism. You should put a picture of your jacket and salad up, Scott, and see what everyone thinks about that. What are you doing, Marta? Are you trimming the edges?
Yeah, I'm trimming the edges of the egg.
Is that to make it flush?
I'm enough through. Please come on. No, I knew it was going to happen.
Okay, don't worry. Still got 2 minutes left.
And these souffles are massive.
Let's have a close up. Can we have a close up of those souffles? Oh, and the eggs come out. Marta's looking rather pleased, if not slightly panicked.
Yeah, panic over.
It's like a horse race, isn't it? 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
I could almost forgive all the splatter up the side, Matt.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a bit sloppy, isn't it? On the finesse side of it.
Hey, for a second one. Awesome. iPhone Anna, I agree. Everything does look amazing, and I am hungry now.
Stick a jacket in the oven, Anna.
Ice and sugar.
Stop it. A little bit of ice and sugar for a garnish. That's the mascarpone.
And that's it.
Right, so Matt's all there. You have 60 seconds left, Marta.
Yep.
Matt, do me a favor. I'm gonna unspotlight a couple of them. The one that's looking at your chopping board, just take it down and do some like cool cameraing. Don't do what Lainey did the other week because that was just embarrassing for the whole
I
team.
prefer this one as well. This one? We've got 2.
But
Just
bring
some
it down.
angles, mate. Just
Bring
get
it
in
down.
there. I want to see close-ups.
Is that good?
Oh yeah.
You're all getting so good at this.
Give us a cut of that baked Alaska, Matty, while you're there.
Oh my
yeah,
God,
can
the
I- yeah,
baked
can I-
Alaska. Wow.
So the idea is, Wendy, it should look or resemble an egg when he cuts into it with the mango puree in the middle.
Oh,
Which way do you want it?
Whichever way I can nearly eat it. Other way. Spin it the other way.
3, 2,
the other way round.
1.
180. Do a 180.
Okay, everyone.
Oh,
yeah.
Stop your
That's
plating.
amazing.
Step away from the plate.
Wow, Marta, amazing. Look at that.
Marta, do as a close-up. Move one of those
Yeah.
cameras closer.
Yep. Right, while you're getting yourself sorted out your camera angles, I'd just like to say, guys, that's amazing work. That really is.
Wow. Oh my God.
Look at that.
Well, good. Look at all those.
I think that was absolutely smashing.
That's so impressive.
What I'd like you to do, sorry, because some people have come in a little bit later, I'd like you to all go through your dishes. So, Marta, ladies
Yeah.
first. If you could just go through.
Baked Alaska, but made to look like an egg.
Oh.
That one is like here. That's a chocolate egg that you don't have to temper the chocolate to have a really nice shine and to make it like have that snap and everything. As I proved to Pete Redmond, he didn't believe it. He's a disbeliever. And that's the traditional, Polish meatloaf, which apparently, according to Pete Redmond as well, is not Polish. It's here.
And what sides is that accompanied with? Sorry.
That comes with different horseradish,
Yep.
homemade mayo,
Whole egg mayo.
and this one, because I would not have time, I knew that Matt will do the pesto. That's the all garlic.
Superb. Marta, it looks absolutely amazing. Wonderful. I love the idea of the chocolate egg as well. It's something we could all have a bash at. Matt, would you like to go through your dishes, please? A little bit of a close-up.
Yeah, so this one, eggy bread with caramelized apples, rhubarb compote, mascarpone. Pretty simple, nice brunch dish. Another brunch dish here, we've got shakshuka, so nice crusty bread, avocado, wild garlic pesto.
Beautiful.
Here, it's starting to sink a bit. Waiting for the souffles, chocolate souffles.
Give it a spoon, Matt. Dig a spoon into the souffle. I want to see it.
Oh,
Yeah, but
no.
No.
Come on.
I don't even know if they're cooked.
Well, you'll find out in a minute.
Ooh,
Yeah, they're cooked. look.
Yeah, all right. Well
look
done,
at
mate.
that.
Well done.
And then here you got the baked Alaska, mango and coconut baked Alaska, some Easter eggs, and that's it.
Superb. Superb. Guys, again, 45 minutes with the amount of pressure you're under, that's amazing. I mean,
That's
obviously,
stunning.
yeah, people are more interested in my jacket potato and salad, but I mean, I won't take anything away from you guys. That's superb. Absolutely well done.
Oh, well done.
Well done.